Chairman. Chairman, good to have you. So yesterday, a couple of family members. Today, some of the business associates and specifically the people surrounding these Fugazi art dealer deals going down. Sir, who are they? Just let our audience know who you're subpoenaing, and will they testify? Go ahead.
Well, I plan on them testifying. I mean, I would want to clear my name if I were them. This has been a very credible, mature investigation. We've subpoenaed bank records. We've found bank accounts. We've found shell companies. And now we have enough evidence where we've been able to connect the dots. And now we're in the next phase, and that's the deposition phase, where we're bringing people in. Anyone who had any knowledge or participation in these suspicious foreign wires from foreign nationals that ended up in the Biden's bank accounts to the tune of millions of dollars, we want to bring them in and ask them just exactly what was done to trigger the $1 million wire from China or Romania or Russia, and just see if we can figure out just exactly what the Biden family was doing and what Joe's involvement was.
So I guess you have to be a little careful here, but the way these things work is you subpoena, you get depositions, and you start to lean into some of these people who may have some shady business dealings until they cut a deal with you to up the totem pole, so to speak. Are any of these people, do you think, on the hook for doing anything shady, like not paying taxes and such?
Well, we'll see, but one of the biggest challenges that we have with some of these people, obviously, is there was criminal activity involved. I mean, they clearly violated the Foreign Agents Registration Act. There's clearly millions and millions of dollars of taxes that were evaded. There's clearly allegations from 6 major banks of money laundering. If I were able to grant immunity like a normal prosecutor in the Department of Justice, then that would make it a lot easier for some of these people to come in and tell the truth. Now, the reason we haven't brought these people in yet is because we didn't have confidence that they would tell the truth at the very beginning of this investigation. Now that we have their bank records, we can ask them specific questions about specific transactions, and it's going to be a lot harder for them not to tell the truth. And remember, it's a felony to lie to Congress.
Sir, it is, but it's not a felony in a deposition to plead the fifth 200, 300, 400 times.
That's
right.
That's exactly right. I think the American people would have even more questions if these guys and the Biden family members come in and start pleading the fifth. Obviously, that's their constitutional right to do that. But this investigation has been very high profile for the last 7 or 8 months. There have been a lot of serious allegations levied at the Biden family and their associates, and now's their opportunity to come set the record straight. If we've misread their bank statements, if we've misinterpreted their emails, then this is an opportunity for them to set the record straight. So I'm pretty confident they'll come in and testify, and we're looking very forward to it.
Sir, who paid all these tax burdens? Who came to the rescue of the Biden family members and took care of their tax burdens?
Well, we think we know, but we're going to give some people some opportunities to answer that question. We think we have a paper trail that would be able to answer that question, but until we bring this particular individual in for a deposition, then I'll withhold answering that. But look, we know that over $2 million of unpaid taxes were paid by an individual on behalf of Hunter Biden. And, there may be more loans out there with respect to this individual. So, that in itself raises a lot of questions. It raises ethics questions. Is that a gift? Is that a loan? Is that a campaign donation? I mean, there are lots of different laws or ethics violations that could be broken here. I mean, if a member of my family receives a gift over, I think it's $200, it may be as low as $50, they're supposed to report that. And, if you've got the son of the President of the United States that's receiving millions and millions of dollars, is this a gift? Is it a campaign donation? Is it a is it a loan?
The joke of the loan, they stick the loan on the little note there on the check, and you laugh it off like loan. Oh, come on, loan repayment. That's straight out of the Gambino handbook. You can weigh in on that. But also the question is there a way to, I guess, cross-reference IRS whistleblower Gary Shapley and Joe Ziegler's testimony versus what you're going to be hearing over the next, I guess, couple of weeks from these individuals, and maybe catch one of these people in a lie, maybe even Hunter in a lie, and then what happens? Okay, so you catch them in a lie, then what? Isn't it up to the DOJ to be responsible? They've proven they're not very responsible as it is.
No, they're not very responsible, unfortunately, and it's making this investigation all the more challenging. But I think that we've given the American people a good picture of what the Biden family was doing. And even the Democrats in the White House aren't disputing the fact that the president's son and brother were influence peddling. They're not disputing the fact that they violated the Foreign Agents Registration Act or that they were money laundering. What their argument in their defense is now is that Joe didn't know. So that's where they are now. They're saying Joe didn't know. Yeah, these family members may be crooks, but Joe, he's innocent because he didn't know. And that was their line until we found the $250,000 payment to Joe. And now they're playing the loan card. Remember, the last 3 transactions we've disclosed, the White House has said they were loans. They were loans. And I think that's a theme that you're going to hear a lot in these depositions when we start asking, what is this wire? What is this wire? They're going to say loan, loan, loan. And, you know,
where did James Biden get that $200K?
He got the $200K from AmeriCorps Health, and they said it was a loan. But, you know, we're going to find out more about that. AmeriCorps Health paid Jim Biden $600,000 because he said that through Joe's contacts in the Middle East that they could get them all the capital they needed to be able to get back into financial solvency. And we now know they're in bankruptcy court. Yeah. The Bidens never delivered, but that's influence peddling. Yeah, and we know the $40,000 that Jim Biden paid Joe came from that WhatsApp message that Hunter sent where he said his father was sitting beside him when he was shaking down the Chinese. So both payments to Joe Biden came as a result of influence peddling. So Joe Biden is $250,000 better off because of his family's influence peddling scheme. That is a fact.
Keep at it, sir. Chairman, appreciate your time. James Comer, thank you.
Thank you.